Adrian, obviously you've had a week to digest, or almost a week to digest last week's result. How do you analyse and how do you see that now?
Yeah, we've had a bit of time to digest, as you said. We're bitterly disappointed with the result. Certainly not what we were expecting or hoping for. And to lose a game where you concede 4 goals in a half and concede 5 isn't great. So we're not shying away from that. But there were some good moments to come out of the game as well, some positives. And so it's just about how we can maximise those and how we can minimise some of the mistakes we made that we really got punished for on the weekend.
This week, have you focused on those positives? Because the second half was a vast improvement, obviously. Did you focus on primarily just, I guess, having those positives last the full 90 minutes as opposed to 45? Yeah,
we've focused on the lot. So we need to be better in all phases of the game. We need to be stronger with our defensive action, and we focused on that a bit. We need to be more clinical in front of goals. Creating chances is a good thing, but we need to be able to finish those off. And we need to have more control through midfield. So there was a bit to work on for this week, and we think we've put some work into all those areas.
I'm not sure if you'd agree, but Emma came on at half-time and obviously had she played quite well in the midfield. Is that an aspect that you were quite happy with, her, I guess, influence in that second half?
Yeah, absolutely. Every player that we have that comes on, that starts as a substitute, their main role is to have an impact in the game, and I think Emma did that and had a really strong impact in the second half.
Coming up against Canberra, who lost 1-0 to Melbourne City last week, what are you expecting from them?
It's always a tough game against Canberra, and they'll be hurting too because they lost as well in round 1. So, we're expecting a really disciplined performance. They've got a lot of experience in their side. They're well coached, so we're expecting a tough test, and we think they'll be looking to bounce back just like we are.
I suppose you can't really shy away from, you mentioned the experience, I guess, Michelle Heyman and her, I guess, career in the competition as well. Is she someone that we have to kind of watch even closer than the others, or is it just focusing on the team or what we can actually do ourselves?
Yeah, our focus this week has mainly been on ourselves and what we can do, what we can bring to the game. We do know that across every team there's dangerous players, and Michelle is certainly one of those. But our focus really this week has been on ourselves.
We were missing a couple of girls last week through injury. Do you have any update on how they're progressing?
Yeah, they're coming along. So I think Mel Mullen is still probably a couple of weeks away from returning. Maybe Georgia Beaumont is potentially available for this week. So we've got some players that are going to be joining our squad in the next couple of weeks, and that'll create healthy competition, which is good. It's exactly what we need.
And Kayla, who's still, I believe, in quarantine, what's the situation with her?
She should be out and joining us next week and be available for our game next week.
Do you see that being a big benefit to the squad overall when she is able to join the group?
Yeah, absolutely. It's always great when we can welcome new faces and some quality individuals, and I've spoken to Kayla and I think she's a good footballer but a good person as well, so I think she'll complement our group nicely.
How did the girls, I guess you mentioned good people, and we do have a great group of girls in the squad. How did they react, and what was their mood like in the week after such a significant result, I suppose?
Yeah, they were disappointed with the result, but we spoke with the playing group about the things we need to work on and get better at, especially some of those key mistakes at key times. But we also did highlight with them the positives, and I think they've been able to see sort of both sides from the game on the weekend. But there's a real resolve within the group to just be better, and we need to be, because we can't have another result like we had in round 1.
Thank you very much, and all the best on Sunday.
Thank you.